Americans know that we are the true children of Israel, according to the Bible. But the so-called white man know that he is Esau, and that Babylon is America, and that it will be destroyed in the third world war, which is going to be a nuclear war. So with that being said, we give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahawah, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, all the men and the women who follow. So with that being said, let's jump right into it.
It's the second Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Yeah, so the Lord said that we are to measure the time diligently in itself. All right, know what time you're in. All right, and how would you measure the time? How would you know whether you're at the end? Because we've been in the last days since the time of YAHAWASHI. So how will we know, what time frame we're in right now? It would, when you're starting to see these, get Habakkuk 2. And can you get that Matthews when you see the seasons,
This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
Right, each vision is for an appointed time. Each prophecy is for an appointed time. Go ahead.
But at the end it shall speak and not lie.
Right, it's going to manifest itself. It's going to speak and not lie. Right, it's going to come to pass. It's going to happen. Go ahead.
Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Right, so that's how you know which time you're in, because these prophecies are going to steadily come to pass. So if you study the scriptures, you're going to know when you see the MOTB that it's the very end. So once you can identify what the MOTB is, then you can have a time frame on when that prophecy is going to come to pass, when the third world war is going to come to pass, when all these other things that have already came to pass come to pass. All right.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 32. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. Where his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, you know that summer is nigh. So likewise, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors.
Right, so when you're seeing all these prophecies, you'll know that the time is near, even at the door. So that's how we can measure the time in itself. And when you measure the time, we'll know that we're right here at the very end. It's really not too much that has to come to pass. We're pretty much in the World War III right now. All right, the troops haven't been fully gathered, but everything is ratcheting up. All right, we know that the MOTB is right there. They're starting to pass legislation for it. We can see it. We can almost taste it in the air. Yeah, so
because I was looking up this article before we got started. I'm going to read a little, just the title and a little bit of it. It says from the South China Morning Post. It says Trump's cyber summit gives digital currency new prominence in a large U.S. role. So what is that? What is that speaking about? It's speaking about, like the brother was saying, with the MOTB. The plan is for this system to be reset. That the dollar system that we use, they're slowly but surely getting away with it by getting rid of these pennies. It's going to trickle down to the nickels, to the dimes, to the quarters, all the way down to the dollars. And to bring in a digital system. And it says it's going to play a large U.S. role. So how you buy, how you spend, how you live is going to be changed into a digital form. So I just wanted to land back off of what you were saying.
Well, hey, even to land back off that, because they bring in a lot of gold and valuable. It's not a official currency, so it doesn't add to the quote wealth of the country. It's costing them against the book, so to speak.
Yeah.
So it's affecting the economy. It's making the GDP go totally the opposite direction. I believe like three months ago, we were at a score of like 3.6, and now we're at like a negative 2.5, which is crazy. Like, to be in a negative number, that's like really bad. All right, and what it's doing, they're bringing all this gold in because they're going to want to go to that gold standard, or maybe even have the MOTB being backed by gold, but it's crashing the dollar. So it's accelerating the process. Okay.
This is
No, I'm not thinking this is one more scripture. Matthew 24, verse 34 says, "Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass." Let them pass.
Right, let them pass.
It says, Matthew 24, verse 34, "Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled."
Right, and guess what? This generation is not going to pass until everything's fulfilled. We are going to see the kingdom of heaven. Okay? We're going to see the end of this white man's kingdom. We're going to see a lot of death and destruction. We're going to see the Jacob's trouble. We're going to see the martial law. We're going to see the famines and great death. All right, we're going to see people go out of their wits, just lose their mind. All right, and do horrible things to people for self-preservation. We're going to see people going against the judicial system. All right, we're going to see and experience all of this. We're going to see men get spiritual powers. We're going to see the devil coming down having great wrath, knowing that he had but a short time. So we're going to see these troops here in America. Hey, we're going to see the Lord crack them clouds in them chariots. We're going to see the destruction of America. These are the times that we're living in. This generation is going to experience all of that. So that's why it's very important to measure the time diligently in itself. We ain't got, I get right next week. I get right next year. We need to get right now and be more repentant right now.
And that I have a precept, but also just before I get that, that's what gives us more confidence to speak in the manner that we speak. Is not only did we believe them before we seen these things happening, but the fact that we're seeing them, and we start with the elder apostle to on down, have been speaking these things for decades, and when you see these things come to pass, it's like, man, Kal Halal YAHAWASHI, this got to be the truth, man. This got to be it, man. But I want to get this precept in the book of Sirach, chapter 5, verse 7, based off of what you were just saying. It says, "Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance."
It said, in thy security, in your comfort, you're going to be destroyed, man. You want to speak on that?
And when you think about it, when we speak, like, as we land back off of that, this generation shall not pass. And when you look at the majority of people here, they're comfortable in the state that they're in. They see the prices going up, the price of food going up, the price of gas. They see the inflation slowly starting to kick in, but they're just trying to figure out how to get around it, opposed to recognizing what's going on. Therefore, you're getting comfortable with the times in the sense that you're adjusting to the oppression and the perverseness, opposed to like, okay, this is the time where we really need to be tightening up, man. We gotta be starting. We gotta get out. We gotta get it together, man, because Esau Edom is coming down with great wrath, knowing that he had but a short time, and the Lord is about to move. Okay, so that's when that, like the brother mentioned, with that security, your safety, your comfort, and don't get it twisted. We all have those pockets of comfort, but when we see the high times of prophecy, we know we can't be too settled in it. We had to get away from it because we know some big's coming, man. But yeah, that's all I want to say, brother.
Yep.
This is Romans chapter 13, verse 11.
That's the spirit.
And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
Yeah, man, it's high time to wake out of sleep, man. Right now, right? Because our salvation is nearer than we believe. All right, the chariots are showing themselves on a regular basis. That's just like the Apostle Tahar said, man, we could be out of here anytime now. 6 months, 18 months, 36 months. We're at the end. The tippy top. So right now, man, we gotta go hard. It's getting down to crunch time, to clutch time. You don't want to fumble. You don't want to fumble on the 1 yard line. And Esau not gonna make this easy for us. The devil's not gonna make this easy for us. So we gotta really be in tune. We gotta really be in tune with ourselves. All right, in tune with the spirit, really. All right, to make your calling of election short. You get that, Ezra.
Back in 2nd Ezra chapter 9, I'll start back in verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before.
Yeah, which I have told you before, because it's written all over the scriptures. All right? It's written all over the scriptures, so you should know what to expect. You should know what to be looking for.
Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Who's the highest? The highest is the Most High Yahawah, right? And the Son YAHAWASHI. So they're going to come back and visit the world in which they made, right? Because everything was made by who? By YAHAWASHI and the angels. So by the commandment of the Most High. So they're going to come back and they're going to take this place back. Right now, can we get a Job 9:24?
This is the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Yeah, man, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So who's the wicked? Who's running this earth right now? Who has control over everything? It's the so-called white man. All right, the so-called white man controls NATO. He controls America, the European Union. He controls all these different alphabet gangs, all right, so to speak. He's the one that says, hey, look, I want to go to war with Panama. And Panama gets shook, and they just sell the fucking Panama Canal to the biggest company on the earth, BlackRock. The so-called white man has that power. They had the power to go into all these other nations and do whatever it is they want to do.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
Yeah, man. If it's not the so-called white man, then who is it? All right? They're the ones who had the power to paint the dark images as so-called white men and propagate them throughout the whole earth. All right? If it's not the so-called white man, then who is it? All right, you got that?
This is Psalm chapter 17, verse 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
Right, this is speaking about the so-called New World Order. All right, he said to disappoint him, to cast him down. All right, can we go back to that Ezra real quick, Baba Rashad? Get that last point?
God. It's 2nd Ezra 9 and 1. It says, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
And that's what's going to happen. He's going to disappoint them. All right, when YAHAWASHI comes back on the scene, when they crack those clouds, all right, the so-called New World Order is going to be being erected, so to speak. All right, and he's going to disappoint them. The scriptures talk about when he's about to fill his belly, then shall he cast him down. So these are the times that we're living in. These are the prophecies that are going to come to pass. You got something?
Yeah, I got that. This is the book of Job, chapter 20, and verse. I'm going to start off one verse. verse 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits.
Yeah, man, in the fullness of his sufficiency is that new world order. All right, but he's going to be in straits. He's going to be in hard times.
Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
Right, and that goes back to the workers. Who is the workers in this society? All right, it's the people on this sign. All right.
It says, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him.
Right, and what is that filling his belly? That's him completing that new world order. That's him putting the C hip, which is the MOT to the B, you know, and all the people, making everyone worship the image. All right. Not allowing people to buy or sell or move around. Everybody's in a fucking 15-minute city. Everybody's under his thumb. All right, that's when the Lord's going to come and disappoint him.
It says the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
Right, while he's eating. Right, because that's when you're in your season, so to speak, right? When you're eating, when you're gaining more unto yourself. All right, he's going to try to heap the whole world unto himself, and that's when the Most High is going to take him down. Because this ain't his world. All right, he's had control of it. All right, but it was a lease, it was a rental. All right, the Most High, YAHAWASHI, they own the world. All right, like I said, the so-called white man was just leasing it. But guess what? He's going to give it back to the people on this sign. All right, and we're going to own this world. All right, and we're going to own existence for perpetuity. All right, forever and ever and ever. Go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Yeah, Esau is the end of this world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. That's why his hand held him. Can we get that part? Go ahead.
2nd Ezra 6 and verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Right, it's symbolic because the people on this sign, Jacob, all right, the Negroes, Latinos, and the Native Americans, we're going to pull the so-called white man down. He's in the leadership position right now, but we're going to pull him down. Okay?
Guys,
You had something?
no, go ahead.
Yeah, I had something. That's what we're saying.
We'll finish.
Yeah, finish. Yeah, dude.
For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Yeah, man, it's going to be a transition. All right? Esau's at the top right now, but we're going to pull his ass down, and we're going to be putting our rightful place. Go ahead, you got something?
This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
Yeah, so in due time, when the time is right, all right, when the appointed time, as we read in Habakkuk, all right, when that time comes, he's going to put it on ahead of it or in charge of it, someone who's profitable, all right, which is going to be the Lord, all right, and the 12 and the 144 on down. All right, we go back to 2nd Ezra.
To 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee.
Yeah, man. So right now we're seeing these seismic events. We're seeing these uproars. Israel's talking about cutting off the electricity in Gaza. You know, people are protesting in these universities. These universities are losing money because they're being anti-Semitic. Yo, this is a crazy time to be living in. But guess what? It's a beautiful time to be living in because, as I said before, we're going to see judgment. We're going to see the judgment of the so-called white man. Can we get that in Revelation? What did it say? It sins reach unto heaven.
So the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
Hey, and we're going to literally come out of her, my people. The Lord is going to he's going to satisfy the meek with salvation. All right? We're going to literally be beamed up into the chariots, all right, while the fire is coming down. so that we partake not in her plagues. Go ahead.
Saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven.
Right, the so-called white man's sins have reached into heaven. All right, look at everything that happened during slavery. All right, brought millions upon millions of people over here. Most of them didn't even make it. All right, and then you bred them like they were pit bulls or chickens during slavery and sold them off to the highest bidder. All right, you put hell on them. Not to mention what you did to the Native Americans, made them walk from Florida to Oklahoma, totally took over their land, killed their main food source, so you can starve them out. Burnt up the Latinos, gave them Christianity or Catholicism, totally whacked out their brains. You're responsible for all of this. So your sins are reaching unto heaven. All right, you're going to have to pay the cost for all of that.
And the Most High hath remembered her iniquity.
Yeah, the Most High remembered your iniquity. He has the angels copying down all of that. So if I can recant all of this just from my fucking 40 years here, what do you think the Most High can do when he is the Ancient of Days? He got all the records. He remembered when you were the Romans. He remembered when you were the Greeks. He knows all your little secrets. That's how it's reached into heaven. You're more than just the British and the South Africans, all right, and the fucking Europeans. He got all the records. So you're gonna pay for what you did. Listen to that.
Yeah.
Back in 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 4.
That's not it. I mean, this is what the scriptures say. The scriptures is life. The scriptures is real life as well. Okay. You got, the Spanish Inquisition, the Reconquista, you got what they did in Rome, you got what they did during the time of Jacob and Esau. You got tons of events, man, and atrocities, and wickedness, through, the injection of different things medically inside of Jake, man, dealing with like the Tuskegee Project, things of that nature, and other chemical warfare that they may have allegedly bestowed upon the nation of Israel, man. All right, putting things in foods, pesticides, all right, and it's even worse things that we may not even know. You know what I'm saying? Then on top of that, you got what they did to the Portuguese, what they did to the Taínos, okay? Then what they did to Gad, Reuben, the drugs that they put out, scalping, you know what I'm saying? All that, Esau has done a lot, man. We was talking about it yesterday. Talk about it with a Jake, man. It was talking about Hawaii, how Esau pretty much came there and annexed them in the process of how they did that, and how pretty much then everything that's over there is foreign to that land, and they did it all for why? Because you can grow fruit, all certain produce, all year round, man. So they can sell people those gold bananas, those pineapples, It's a bunch of blood stains. There's a blood trail, paper trail to his wickedness, man. Esau has done. He got a big paper trail, America Vespucci coming over here. University named Brazil and Florida, I like to believe, and he was just a banker looking for a hustle. Okay, trying to put his name in the books illegitimately. Okay, and this is the history of Esau, Christopher Columbus. All right, all the lies and murder. The people who so-called dealt with Pocahontas. Okay? How they did that all for what? Resources and product and greed, man. Esau is greedy as hell. Okay? He created the idea of capitalism, just all greed, man. Okay?
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's Psalms chapter 10, verse 11. He hath said in his heart, the Most High hath forgotten. He hideth his face, he will never see it. Arise, O Lord, Yahweh, lift up thine hand, forget not the humble. Wherefore doth the wicked contemn the Most High? He hath said in his heart, thou wilt not require it.
Yeah, so they think that they could get away with everything that they're doing because judgment isn't executed speedily, man. There's another one that says, he said, none seeth me, man. You know? So that's how Esau is rolling around in the earth because he's getting away with a lot, you know? And the amount of things, and not even talking about, you know, the things that we don't know that you low-key feel like that's happening, you know, and you see rumors, you know, like the babies, kidnapping babies, using organs, you know what I'm saying? Sacrificing. These people are heavy into witchcraft, man. Okay? And this is not me saying allegedly, it's just Esau is encamping our verbiage. Alright? Because in all actuality, if you're saying allegedly, I believe that they are doing it. That's my belief. You know what I'm saying? But to say that they're doing it as a fact, you know, we don't have the evidence on that. So you got to play this game with Esau on YouTube and all that, because they'll say you've been striked with this or that, you're lying, you know, because you hiding behind smoke and mirrors. It's another thing. All this wickedness, this sorcery, this propaganda, sexifying children, okay? We you know, going to the kids with the adrenochrome, you know, the amount of, well, you do got evidence of the Catholic Church and all their perversion, man. You know, and it's believed that they do that too, produce that adrenochrome, man. All right? Because when you heavily traumatize a child, the blood, that adrenaline or whatever it is goes into the blood. Then when you drain that blood, it's some adrenochrome, and it's just like they say it's just like stem cells, man. All right? Can we get that? Look up that adrenochrome. It's just like it's the fountain of life or the fountain of youth. That's what they call it, man. And so this is the stuff. That's why we say so-called allegedly, because it's like, all right, but it is out there. It's like these kids keep disappearing, Pizzagate, you know, all this other stuff, Epstein Island, and then y'all started taking those buzzwords and try to suppress the truth and demonize it as lies. That's the serpent for you. Okay? You got it?
I got something here. It says,
Adrenochrome is a chemical compound produced by oxidation of adrenaline. It was the subject of limited research from the 1950s to the 1970s as a potential cause of schizophrenia.
Yeah, so that adrenochrome, again, if you're traumatized, you're shot, something, but they do that, what they do is they take the child's innocence. Then, what you got? You got something? It's the same thing?
No, it wasn't the same.
Yeah, it's not the same thing, bring it on out. I just wanted that because that brother was already getting it. I ain't know. Okay.
It says, the Dark Ages were rife with plague, fanaticism, and accusations that Jays secretly fed off the blood of children. In 2020, we too are beset with plague, rampant medical misinformation, and a persistent rumor that global elites torture children to harvest the chemical adrenochrome from their blood when they then inject in order to stay healthy and young.
Yep.
So see, they pushing like it's.
Yeah, and it'll kind of put two and two together with what's going on in that Catholic Church. So you know what I'm saying? Now Esau get off on it, but why is it happening so much? Because you got to remember, man, and this is what people. It's easy to make it look like something else, but at a point, the Vatican was the run. It ran everything in Europe, man. All right, the Vatican was stronger than the U.S. president, man. Okay, the whole reason of them coming back and forth over here, the decision of the Vatican. Yep. Okay, the Crusades, the decision of the Vatican, where you just pretty much took everything you can put your hands on and claimed it in the name of Christ. Okay, that's what they did during the Crusades, because that wasn't us. That wasn't no Israelites, man. Okay, that was Esau stealing. Let's get that. Satan came not. We got to keep bringing that out, you know. But the point is that, you know, they're doing that wickedness, allegedly, right? And then they'll have you there while this is happening. You'll get one Jake or 10 Jakes out of all these kids they doing. They'll find about 2 Jakes doing something, 2 kids, or somebody doing something, 2 kids say, aha, it's them. You got to watch out for that type of stuff. Meanwhile, they're doing that and harvesting organs, all kind of wickedness and sorcery and witchcraft. And if you survive that, they want to bug your mind out and turn you into a super freak. You know, you got silicone in you, you got injections in you. You know, you don't know what you is. You think you're a panda bear and shit. You know, you're a furry. You know, Esau is all, he's not only getting onto your body, he's getting onto your environment, now he's getting into your head. And he's ultimately trying to get underneath the skin, inside the skin. Okay? So, you know, which is the ultimate evil, because the ultimate evil is ultimately going against YAHAWASHI, man. That's the ultimate evil, man. Go ahead, brother.
So St. John chapter 10, verse 10, it says, the thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy.
Yeah, and that's what Esau came to do. And he's ultimately definitely rebellious against YAHAWASHI, man. As the brothers always say, you know, he rebelled. As soon as Esau, he rebelled and went against the code immediately, man. All right, and married off, you know, went ham, man. So this is the thing, man. Esau is a rebellious, evil, wicked, maniacal demon, man. He matter of fact, let's his conscience is bred in him. You know? That's the one right there. You know? But yeah, the water, that's the one we needed, but it had to come in that order. That was the spirit. So, okay, yeah, you got it. More like the whole wrist, or a decent little chunk like this point of it, you know? Book of Solomon, chapter 12, verse 9, it says, not that thou wast unable to bring the ungodly under the hand of the righteous in battle, or to destroy them at once with full peace or with one rough word, but executing thy judgment upon them by little and little, thou gavest them place of repentance, not being ignorant that they were a naughty generation, and that their malice was bred in them, and that their cogitation would never be changed. That's what we have to understand, that, you know, especially with Esau, malice is bred in him, and his cogitation, which is his mind, his decision making ain't gonna be changed. That's why we can sit here and be out here teaching the truth and speaking, and no matter what happens, he's not gonna get it. He's not gonna say, damn, man, you know what? I need to chill out. No. All right, just like Pharaoh and Moses, man. You know, no matter how much logically you should stop, just the fact that a power exists to do that to you, it should tell you, like, you know, I should chill. If he could do something like that, then I wonder what else he could do. Right? A person with common sense to say that. All right? But if the Lord controls their cogitation, and the story's already written that Esau's going to have a fall. Because Esau was the one to bring sin into the world, man. Really, to govern sin, if you want to say it, you know, to pretty much steer the wheel of it. All right, the Lord said he was his whooping stick, man. You know, and Cain, the serpent, all that's indicative to the spirit of Edom.
Yeah, because what's that precept saying? Revelation says that old serpent, the devil, the red dragon, all it's showing you all of that is part of the same spiritual entity in the sense.
It's just same avenue, different name, because it ain't just Esau is just the incarnation of that spirit, man. You know, and Israel is the incarnation of the good spirit, man. You know, I would say on the right hand. Okay, and Yahawashi is what the head of that spirit. Okay, which is connected to Israel. Israel's and Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, so it all flows back, and it should connect and say, okay, this is why these people are trying to oppress us, man. Yep, sure.
This is Romans 9 and 11. It says, "For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High, according to the election, might stand."
Because it's already written, man. And the purpose is for us, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, true Israelites. All right? Go ahead.
Not of works, but of him that calleth.
Yep, he called the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans to be the children of Israel. All right, that's just it. You can't really do nothing about that. All right?
It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
There you go. So that clarifies. Right, straight up and down, man. And that's just as clear as day as it gets. Okay? That's all you want to that?
It's a little more to it.
Yeah. Just get a little bit more of it.
It says, what shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God? God forbid. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
Yeah, and this is the thing, because this is to you Christian like Israelites and trying to bring everybody in. Like, you can't control that. It was the Lord's decision to separate them. In that separation, through much wisdom, he'll divide nations. He'll divide Jacob and Esau too, through much wisdom. Okay? Esau is wicked. His cogitation is not going to change. Like the scorpion on the turtle. You know, it's going to do. It's in its nature to do what he's going to do. So you got to get over it. You know, they get all sympathetic. You know, seeing Edomites and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
They bleed like you bleed. But I was sitting there thinking, like they come out with these different medicines and all this medication and whatever. All of these different creations they're doing, whether it's food or makeup, whatever, and they're testing it on animals. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, it reminded me, I think you said something about it last week, but old boy of Toy Story, Andy's neighbor, how he said, doing all of that with the splicing them and all of that, mixing them up and stuff. It's like you're willing to do this unto animals to figure things out. Then won't you just let nature run its course, man? But you can't help it because knowledge is bred in you.
Yeah. So, that's and he's but through Yahawashi we gained the victory over his death. And that's why let's get that precept. It says why it's not coming to me right now. That's a simple one. What are Revelations? The devil having great wrath before he had for the short time. Oh, I was a block right there, boy. I was like, what? Hold up, man. Open that door.
It's the book of Revelation. Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Yeah, the devil coming down, having great wrath, knowing that he had but a short time. Because Esau knows that, and that's this time, but really started, you could say in the time in the last days, because the spirits knew, going back to when Yahawashi was, let's get that. Yahawashi was walking around and said, you coming to kill us, what? Before our time. They knew the time You know, well, they ain't know the exact date, but they knew there was a time. Okay. And that ultimate devil coming down had a great wrath is Esau. Okay. Spiritual demon Satan. You know, you could tell they're intertwined. You know, why is Esau's time in, and then the spiritual demon Satan that's plaguing the earth has a time as well. You know? Go ahead, brother.
Matthew chapter 8, verse 28. And when he was come to the other side, into the country of the Gergesenes, there met him two possessed with devils coming out of the tombs, exceeding fierce, so that no man might pass by that way. And behold, they cried out, saying, What have we to do with thee, YAHAWASHI, thou Son of the Most High? Art thou come hither to torment us before the time?
Yeah, so pretty much demons have times. You know what I'm saying? So does America have a time. All right? At the end of the day, this place is going down. There ain't nothing Esau could do about it. So that should give you, even slightly a segue, because just to speak on that should give you confidence in being a prophet in itself. All right? But at the end of the day, because you know somebody might do something to you and get away with it, you know that Esau's not going to get away with it. All right? That says the Lord. So it's just like you say what you have to say. Of course, you be prudent so you can be able to do the job that you're called to do. Okay? But at the end of the day, you got to be willing to, you got to count the cost, man. All right? You got something?
Yeah. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, verse 11. I returned and saw under the heaven that the race is not given to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to them all.
Yeah, time and chance happening to them all, man. I want to hear that from the beginning again.
Right. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 11. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift.
Yeah, so that's the main thing. It's like you got to know how to do what? Press to the mark. Okay? You got to stay focused, stay consistent, then it's walk. Okay?
Nor the battle to the strong.
Yep.
Neither yet bread to the wise.
Well, and that strong is, you know, your ability. Not saying that your tenacity, but your ability. Because some people can break down things that are amazing, and they'll fizzle out. All right? This thing is about endurance, longevity. You know what I'm saying? How much is in your gas tank? Because whatever's in your gas tank dictates how hard you really been working. You know? You may just got a good memory. You know what I'm saying? Or do you know a lot because you've been through a lot? You know? So you gotta count the cost within his faith, and you gotta have the spirit of hope in YAHAWASHI that he'll be with us to help us through all our moments, man. Okay? Constantly pray and endure. Let's get that, Brother Shah. But you got more to that?
Yeah, just a little bit more. Nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happening to them all.
Yep, time and chance happening to them all, man. You know. So so the main thing, just staying focused and locked in on what you have to do. You know, but I did want to segue. Did you find that? If y'all didn't find it, it's okay. All right. So, because we was going over, I actually did a lesson as well, going over, you know, Aaron's rod, man, and when you really get into Exodus, you realize that how, you know, how much it's trying to piece it all together the right way. Exodus and Aaron and Moses is almost it's a reenactment of what we're going to be going through, man. Okay, the deliverance, the spiritual power. Okay, and when you go into Aaron's rod, you know, that is not only indicative to the leadership, representation of us, but it's a representation of the power that YAHAWASHI is going to bestow upon us, man. All right, and that type of power, you don't lose. Hey, that power. Let's get examples, because brothers can find them. Because I got a couple precepts I'm gonna have one of y'all brothers get while I speak. So just start looking up a bunch of examples. Hey, we was at was that 12? Exodus 12, right? You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to get this precept real quick. Somebody get Matthew's 28:18. Because hey man, we're headed in a time our Baratazah we're a part of that number. But those men, Lord's will be a part of that number, are going to just be mighty, man. All right? Going to be doing amazing things. Not to fuck off and show off, but the only thing you're showing off is showing everybody that I told you so, saying when they doubted YAHAWASHI and his power, man. It's ultimately this whole thing here is going to force on everyone to show them that YAHAWASHI exists. Okay? That's the main thing it's going to establish. All right? And which is going to, it's a mighty work. It's going to put the whole earth into subjection. The whole earth is going to see. Every eye shall see and every knee shall bow. That's going to be the moment. It ain't going to be just us walking around and we telling everybody that see it, Nebuchadnezzar see it, but the other king might not see it. This person may know. Everybody going to know, man. All right?
This is Matthew chapter 28, verse 18. And Yahawashi came and spake unto them, saying, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth. Go ye therefore and teach all nations.
Yeah, so he said, can you read that? Yeah.
So Matthew 28, verse 18. And Yahawashi came and spake unto them, saying, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth.
Yeah, all power. This is after he was crucified and he rose again. Okay? So he's speaking unto him. So after he did his job, he received that power. Now, again, that power, it always existed, right? Because he was in heaven, but he got full. He said, all power is ours. So I got the authority. Okay? You could like Joseph in Egypt, everything but the Most High. He's like, that's pretty much, he got rule over everything but the Most High. That's it. Everything underneath is under Yahawashi's authority, man. And that includes power over the body, power over time, authority of what should go on planet Earth. Okay? That's the rule that the Most High has ultimately, right?
Says, go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit.
Because guess what? That's a form of spiritual power. Telepathy. They call it intuition or something. Deja vu's. There's all kind of mind ability that you can have, but there's a difference between going and having those moments and then having authority over it, or power over that. You got that on demand, all right? And we're going to ultimately inherit that type of power as well as superhumans, man. And that's what we're headed to. We're headed to being these extraterrestrial creatures, okay, that have no end, okay? And that's what Esau and his society try to dumb our people down to not even receive and believe, okay? They'll tell you pretty much, we came from apes. We can never get to that spot. But his ass won't do all kind of nasty techno freakism, man. But you start telling him he trying to jump through time, but he can't say, oh, the Lord, who, he exists, who could do something like that, because you can't do it. And that's why he's the devil, man. That's how he looks at a higher power. Okay? That's probably why he wasn't moving for a long time, man. This is the most crazy shit ever.
Sometimes it's shit smell and take me back to when I was young. How come I'm never able to identify where it's coming from? I make a candle out of it if I ever found it. Try to sell it, never sell out of it. I probably only sell one. It's my brother, cause we have the same nose, same clothes, home growing stones, from movie queens from home. But what the line is open, nothing really mattered. I was too long, house on the it's like
That fucking shit sound like a boat man. Let's get back to it, man.
So-
Get up with Satan, man. Yeah, let Satan have his place. So, you know, we're gonna stay diligent.
So back in Matthew 28 and verse 20, it says, teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of the world, a month.
Come. All right. So let's get so keep that in mind. The authority was given to YAHWASHI, right? After the crucifixion. Okay? Let's go to Luke 10 and 19, Bible Kushai. Because we have to understand, like, you know, this authority, this power he has in the spirit realm, that's a power that translates to the earth. Okay? The parting of the Red Sea, that's the power. Hey, let's go get that. The finger, because we said going back when we was going to what, the finger of the Most High. Aaron's rod was what, the finger of the Most High. Okay, Aaron's rod was doing what, spiritual power. Okay, and if that's a finger of the Most High, that's the authority of him. That's his power, his ability. Okay?
This is Exodus chapter 8 and verse 18. It says, and the magicians did so after, and the magicians did so with their enchantments to bring forth lice, but they could not. So there were many lice upon man and upon beasts. And the magician said unto Pharaoh, this is the finger of the Most High. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he hearkened not unto them as the Lord had said.
Yeah, so that power has been bestowed through Aaron. I mean not bestowed through Aaron, but shown through Aaron. Through what? His rod. Okay? I ain't gonna say just his rod, but his rod was the device. Okay? But the Lord used that through him. It wasn't like Pharaoh could pick it up and then start activating. Alright? It was actually ultimately through Aaron, but the Lord used that device, just like what Samson had his strength, but he had his hair. Alright? But ultimately it's the Lord putting the strength into him. Okay? And this is the thing we'll be go ahead.
No, because I'm going to say, after his hair was cut, he prayed to the Lord once again for that strength. It ain't like his hair grew back.
Yep.
It was the Lord that put the strength in him.
The Lord put the strength in him, and it came back to him. Okay, and he you know, we all have to do the will of the Heavenly Father. Okay, but at the end of the day, Esau can sit there and say, "Oh, that could have been like," try to scientifically explain it, while they in the back trying to create a cyborg that could do the same stuff.
Samson was on
Yeah.
steroids.
You know, he ate 2 eucalyptus leaves, and it's like, nah, man. Or those temples had to been old and tilted and hating on them. You know, like I looked up something one time, and Esau said that couldn't happen. That did not happen. I'm like, oh damn. And then you go and look it up. It's like based off that area and diameter, only these many people could fit up in that area. It's like that's not fair. That is not a fair assessment, man. All right. Yeah, but they'll say on a bold statement that that's what it is. Okay, but let's go ahead. Oh, that loop. Oh, did anybody get that loop?
What was it?
8 and 2.
10 and 19. Somebody.
This is Luke chapter 10 and verse 19. Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy.
Yeah, so this is Yahawashi now saying he's bestowing that power upon us. Okay? Because we got to remember the power is never, and the real power comes in within the scriptures, man. That's what it's really about. Obeying the laws, ultimately obeying his will. All right? And his power ain't used like a lightsaber. It ain't used for your willy-nilly personal things. We have to be doing things according to his will. So of course he ain't gonna give you bless you $1 million. He ain't got you down here for that. Right. All right? He got you down here to be locked in on how to get salvation so we can inherit the new bodies. All right? All right? And in the kingdom of heaven, where all nations will be under the Israelite subjection, man. Okay? But in peace. Ain't nobody gonna be hating their life walking outside, hating on the work and this and that. Everything's gonna be fair and just. All right? And that's what people don't understand. But who cares? But let's is there more to that?
Yes, that's it. And nothing shall by any means hurt you.
Yep, that's right. So the Lord's it's not just going to be the power of speaking, all right? But the power is going to progress, all right? Because ultimately, it's going to happen at the twinkling of an eye. But that's the pace of it. But it's still a transition. You have to have a 0 to 60. Okay, so we're going to start inheriting certain skill sets. All right, being invincible, super speeds, and the point is that Gad existed. All right, they had parts where Gad used to hold water in mouths and run miles, man, miles. I'm talking about he could go to counties, man, running nonstop on you. They had this Gadite female runner that just ran and did something with ease, man. All right, and they say they try to give her. She got an endorsement through Nike. She was like, nah, I ain't about to wear that, man. I wear these. She had the loafers on and a dress, yo. She had loafers and the big mama, down to the knees, the big dress. Dusted everybody. Let them have it, smiling, running through rocks and stuff. Because but that's how the Lord bless us at times, man. Okay? Aaron with the rod, Samson, with the hair and the strength. Okay? Yahawashi was getting busy all over. All right? Peter, Elijah, Elisha,
I gotta say, appreciate some morning.
We supposed to be
You said I gotta listen. I want to get some examples.
Let's bring them out. But let me get through this, and then we're gonna get to them. Let's get to Acts 1 and 7. We'll get to it.
Acts 1 and 7.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah. I got that.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. If you can.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 1, verse 7. And he said unto them, "It is not for you to know the times or seasons, which the Father hath put in his own power.
Yeah.
But ye shall receive power after that the Holy Spirit has come upon you."
Yeah, we shall receive power after the Holy Spirit comes upon us, and that power is going to go past just human strength. It's going to be all over the place, man. Leaping from building to building with a single bound. Yeah, Kal Halal, all powerful. All right. You're going to be sitting in your mind and they're going to be looking at you like, man, what you said? You're going to be like, no. Hey, that is more than, and Esau get mad at that, especially people like vocab when they think they're going to do this. But here is Esau screaming all these superheroes. Ain't nobody said nothing. What do you think he's imagining? And he be imagining some evil shit, man.
Right.
Some of these shows, like, man, what the hell is wrong with this thing, man? Like one wolf got like 8 eyes on his face. Think something like that. I draw it. I don't like thinking. You gotta think of that shit. You gotta think of that shit.
Come up with the concept,
Yeah, you gotta really like ponder about where you're gonna do that. You gotta be a evil ass nasty motherfucker, man. You know? But hey, we need to handle it there.
It says, and ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and all Judea and all Samaria, unto all the uttermost parts of the earth.
Yeah, and that's the beginning. Again, you got to go to 0 to 60. Started off with teaching, preaching. All right, there were certain miracles done there, but at the same time, you know, Paul getting back up. You know, like Paul's spirit went inside his body, the Lord reincarnated him. You know, I can't really say that the true essence of it, but that's the process. The Lord put power back into him. Put his body back in there when his body should have just quit it. You know, and he had to regenerate you at a certain amount if you died from getting stoned. And like, you know, yeah, you had to bounce back in some type of way. You know.
Brother have one.
This is Judges chapter 15 and verse 11. It says, then 3,000 men of Judah went to the top of the rock of Etam and said to Samson, knowest thou not that the Philistines are rulers over us?
Hold up, we gotta get Aaron first. We gotta get Aaron first. Yeah, we gotta get Aaron first, and we'll go with everything else. Y'all got that?
I don't got no Aaron. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we got the finger.
Everything else.
Yeah, we gotta get Aaron first, man. Because look, we headed to the Passat, man. The Lord about to let loose his power upon Babylon, man. All right, and guess what? The elect are going to be a part of it, man. We're going to partake it. You know, even be more active. You know, because we're going to be active as a nation. It was just Moses and Aaron. You know, but it's ultimately, of course, through the Most High, right? But I'm saying that Aaron, one shall chase 1,000. We got to get that too. You know.
I got you. This is Exodus chapter 9 and verse 8. It says, and the Lord said unto Moses and unto Aaron, take to you handfuls of ashes of furnace, and let Moses sprinkle it towards the heaven in the sight of Pharaoh, and it shall become small dust in the land of Egypt. And it shall be a boil breaking forth with blains upon man and upon beasts throughout all the land of Egypt. And they took ashes of the furnace and stood before Pharaoh, and Moses sprinkled it up towards heaven, and it became a boil breaking forth with blains upon man and upon beasts. And the magicians could not stand before Moses because of the boils, for the boils was upon the magicians and upon all the Egyptians.
Yeah, but I want to get to the point, because we got to get to the point to where it just tell you straight up, you know what I'm saying? I think it's after one of the other plagues. We want to get to the, well, just go ahead. Y'all see what I'm saying? It's going to get to it. I got to find where it's at exactly.
And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, and he hearkened not unto them, and the Lord has spoken unto Moses.
Keep going. Let's see. Yeah, brother. Let's get the one with the we'll just get to the one with the making the sea red and all that. You know? Get that push, yeah. I want the point I wanted to get is the because the plagues, there are some plagues that happen, but the bulk of there's a lot of miracles that's associated with Aaron's rod. All right. Of course, the Most High is doing everything. So when Aaron and speak as well, all right, go and tell them this is going to happen. All right. That's a part of it. Prophesying is a part of spiritual power. Okay, so that shouldn't be underestimated and underrated. All right, because it says covet. If you'll get anything, covet the spirit of prophecy. All right, go ahead.
Exodus chapter 7, verse 19. And the Lord spake unto Moses, say unto Aaron, take thy rod and stretch out thine hand upon the waters of Egypt, upon their streams, upon their rivers, and upon their ponds, and upon all their pools of water, that they may become blood.
Yep. So upon all their pools of water, they may become blood. So you see how that's associated with it. Okay. The snake, when it got thrown down. Okay. Go ahead.
And that there may be blood throughout all the land of Egypt, both in vessels of wood and in vessels of stone. And
so we get to the other one. So that's an example. And there was an example right after that as well. Okay.
it says, Exodus chapter 8, verse 5. And the Lord spake unto Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch forth thine hand with thy rod over the streams, over the rivers, and over the ponds, and cause frogs to come up upon the land of Egypt.
Yep, you see what I'm saying? And then you got that moment. Then you go into the wilderness, it was the part of the Red Sea. You know what I'm saying? What? With after that, you got the the dividing of the Israelites, the good and the wicked. All right, you know what I'm saying? The smiting the stone, water coming from the rock.
Yep.
Okay. So there's a, and then now you allocate that with the Israelites. There was a spiritual hegemon. Okay, there was a real leading force, YAHAWASHI, and his authority being bestowed in the face of all the world. And guess what happened? All right, let's get that. When they and it says when the nations heard of Egypt, they was afraid, man. All right, because they heard of the power of YAHAWASHI, man, and all the things that he was doing, man. It's like, damn, bro, like he did that, he did what? They did what? And it was, I know that your power exists. They knew that our God, aka they knew that they didn't know the name of him, but they knew like, oh, But you gotta understand that these heathens so bugged out, they think there's a bunch of them and one just activated at the time. That's how they be looking at it, But it'd be hard to deny one guy that's visibly doing something, and he really get busy, And then you see these people that's walking underneath all of it, cheering, and you got people coming up every blue moon saying do this and do that from them, And you realize, it's based off of them and their culture, how they connected to them laws. I gotta get them separated from that ASAP. Fast forward to this time. That's why Jake, all and everything under the sun is wickedness. That's why we ain't in our power, man. We show glimpses of it. We're a peculiar people. That's why Jake be dunking on them like that and knocking them out in large quantities. All right? But Esau sit there and say, well, we got that Rocky Marciano. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we're talking about if it was an army, you know what I'm saying? If Jake versus Esau, you don't stand a chance on average. And that's just a physical ability. Then the Lord's going to bestow the spiritual ability. All right? Because Esau didn't got far with his weaponry. You know what I'm saying? He got out, and the Lord going, like I said, everything is, if the Pharaoh them had they power, and the Lord was nullifying their power, their resources, all right, their offspring, their livestock, okay? The Lord was nullifying all their power. That now, I'm about to mess that up. You know what I'm saying? Your magicians, I'm about to mess them up. The livestock, I'm about to mess that up. The locusts and all that, the hell, man, that punched them cattle up, man. They dead. What you gonna do?
Right.
They're lost. That's like getting all your factories hit all at once.
Yep.
Your power's been hit, and the Most High is gonna. And the last thing he crippled was that army through the Red Sea. Okay, so Lord, this, and the Lord, when He gave power to Israel, He gave us power in a way that we ultimately rose up into the power of King David, man. Because that's again, it's a 0 to 60. It has to start to get somewhere. Okay.
This is Joshua 2:8. And before they were laid down, she came up unto the roof, up unto them upon the roof, and she said unto the men, I know that I know that Yahweh hath given you the land, and that your terror is fallen upon us, and that all the inhabitants of the land faint because of you.
For we have heard how Yahweh dried up the water of the Red Sea for you when ye came out of Egypt, and what ye did unto the two kings of the Amorites that were on the other side Jordan, Sihon and Og, whom ye utterly destroyed. And as soon as we had heard these things, our hearts did melt.
Yeah, so what you think is going to do when they see the fall of Babylon, man? Everybody's going to really get in line spiritually, man. Okay? So that the fall of Egypt and the fall of Babylon is going to set everybody straight, because the way is going to be proceeded. Okay? And the fall of Babylon the fall of Egypt wasn't the end of it. Because then Jake went and on a tear of cleansing to a path of getting to their city. Okay? And if that was a city, and we're on a tear to do what? To cleanse the entire world, man. Alright? We're on a path to cleanse the entire world. Alright? Because again, you gotta think about, like, so always been said, the nuclear fallout, all the other stuff that he's been doing, atmosphere, all these satellites, ships all underwater, spills and dead this or dead that, and all the garbage he didn't dump somewhere.
Yeah, it's not like we about to get in our kingdom and the ecosystem in the water is dying due to the pollution and the oil and all the trash and plastic down there. Whales popping up in our kingdom, plastic all over them. And no, that shit ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Let me, damn, man. No, it's gonna be
whales. We got spiritual power to talk to the whale, but we ain't clean up the eco. Yeah. My bad, I forgot about y'all.
Get that oil down here too. They tell you about that oil. We got a board. We got to check. We got an extra complaint board and shit. No, man. We gonna know, because again, we're gonna be in tune with everything that is given to us, man. We're gonna be in tune with the elements. All right. Jake going crazy over. Jake gonna know how to get gold when they're looking for it, man. It's already gonna be given to you. He's gonna know exactly. Go over there and go get that gold. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever. We don't know how the kingdom will be, but we do know that there's gonna be a spiritual power, and we're gonna be progressing towards it even before the kingdom of heaven. All right, on this side.
I remember a brother was speaking about, I don't know if it was a thought or like a dream that he had, but he was speaking about how he was looking at a fire hydrant and it just like broke into different pieces, but it broke into each element that made the fire hydrant. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. I was like, and I mean, it could, you know what I'm saying? Because
we don't understand the elements. It's all elements at the end of the day.
Yep.
All right? That's all it is. And you understand that the Lord's been given authority of all that, man.
Yep.
We just looking at and we saying see, smell, taste, touch, and all that. But there's an understanding to this. And Esau's been fucking with it, which is why he's creating all this extra stuff that we've never seen. Plastic that's just hard as metal, sound waves that hit you. But he don't know about, there's elements he don't even know about, man. Exactly. He can't, that's why these chariots is doing all that in front of his face to say, like, bro, chill out. You can barely turn. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you want to chase me, huh? Do that.
Yeah, I watched that video again recently with the rocket, and the chariot came and hit it, hit it, and then just took off. Yeah. And the rocket just disabled.
But Elon Musk, that shit blew up and all of that. It had all the chariots around it. They just flying around and it's like, Lord, hey man,
easy man,
you gonna lose
because he control the same elements you trying to fight him with.
Yeah.
That's dumb. It don't work. If he took the Thanos. He took the Thanos. It's just, but I'm gonna do it this way. Because ultimately I can just wave and you gone. But I created these rules, so I'm gonna mess with them I'm gonna mess with you like that.
He wanna see a good show, man.
Yeah. This is a power that created through speaking, created life. Okay, through his authority alone. Okay? Because he's ultimately the power that's doing everything. Parting the seas. Then let's get him, man. You know?
Yeah, bring them out. Let me finish this, brother.
Yeah.
It's Joshua 2:11. It says, and as soon as we had heard these things, our hearts did melt. Neither did there remain any more courage in any man because of you.
That's what the power Yahawah will do, man. And it's still fear into people. Okay?
For the Lord Yahweh, your power, he is God in heaven above and in earth beneath.
Mm-hmm. People get in check. So how much more? It's just common sense when you say, "Oh, there's that power." Well, who is like we said? Who is going to be that ornament? Who's going to be the Aaron's rod? Who's going to be the Samson's hair? Who's going to be Elijah's mantle? Right? It ain't going to be who is going to be the nation of Israel. That's what it's going to be. It's going to turn to us. You right? But it all came through who? YAHAWASHI, man. He's really the ultimate. Like, that's the person. You can't touch him. You can't touch us. You know?
Yeah, it says, this is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 20. It says, I'll go up a little bit. It says 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name.
Yep. Israel is the rod of his inheritance. Okay? That staff means power. Okay?
Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms.
Yeah, with thee will I break in pieces the nations, man. And that's what we're about to do. All right? But we're officials right now. Because Esau knows this. So he's trying to get ahead of it like he got control of it. Just because he can spot it coming. All right? You jumping in front of a train. A mosquito jumping in front of a train, you ain't going to do nothing, man. Even if that motherfucker's going at 5 miles per hour. It's still the momentum, you're too little. You ain't phasing it, you know?
Psalm chapter 144 and verse 1 says, blessed be the Lord my strength, which teaches my hands to war and my fingers to fight. My goodness and my fortress, my high tower, and my deliverer, my shield, and he whom I trust, who should do with my people under me.
Yeah. I wonder, that's a good precept, by the way. I wanted more examples of people being utilized.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 3, and verse 2. It's a decent reading. Acts chapter 3, verse 2. And a certain man, lame from his mother's womb, was carried, whom they laid daily at the gate of the temple, which is called Beautiful, to ask alms of them that entered into the temple, who seeing Peter and John about to go into the temple, asking alms. And Peter fastened his eyes upon him with John, said, look on us. And we gave heed unto him, expecting to receive something of them. And Peter said, silver and gold have I none, but such as I have I give thee. In the name of YAHAWASHI HaMashiach of Nazareth, rise up and walk. Right?
Yep. So pretty much, that's a spiritual power. What? Healing and medicine, man. You don't got to do all that. Let's get up, and you good. You know what I'm saying? It's straight to the point. You know, it don't get no better than that because that's what Jake wants. You know, but that's what I'm saying. How can we get sick or die when we have the Lord's given us the authority? Operators have pointed at that number. But even the Israelites, any Israelite in the kingdom of heaven is going to have that body. They're going to be bestowed that power just by having that body alone. You know what I'm saying? And your body you're going to have forever. That's within your power to not get sick, to not die, okay? To not deviate, discipline. You know.
I'll jump down and get just a little bit more about Rashad.
Here it is. You going back and forth about your fucking sweet tooth. You ain't got discipline to curb your sweet tooth. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when we in our right minds, you know, or they even say if you eat the right foods, you know what I'm saying, it'll break you from that sugar, from the sweets, you know, that bad sugar that you want. You know what I'm saying? You start eating properly because it's going to start altering the mind and way that you think, man.
And we're gonna be we're really gonna be purely logical people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna do the thing that makes 100% sense. You know, ain't gonna be no selfish moment. Ain't gonna be no just for you moment. It's gonna be the thing that's right for the moment every time. You know, 'cause that's the wisest person, the person that got more discipline of themselves. Nah, we don't. I appreciate it though. Thank you, sir. We're okay. We're okay. I appreciate it.
your word. I need donations. I got you.
No, I'm on, man. Hey, bless yourself with it.
I always do that when I can bless the next man.
Hey, I
I
understand.
invite you to my table in here. I have no qualms about what you do.
Well, you go ahead, brother. We'll take it then. We'll take it.
Which one? All right, man, you take that. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Bless you, man.
Hey, thank you.
It's just a little bit more about Rashad. Because, you know, as that miracle was done, you know, all the people that seen that man lame, you know, when they seen him walking, it was like, damn, you know, they were pretty much like, damn, how he's walking. We know he was lame, right? So I just want to get down to the point of it. Verse 11, it says, and as the lame man which was healed held Peter and John, all the people ran together unto them in the porch that is called Solomon's, greatly wondering. And Peter saw it. He answered unto the people, ye men of Israel, why marvel you at this? Or why look ye so earnestly on us, as though by our own power or holiness we have made this man walk?
Yeah, because ultimately all the power comes from the Most High. And in order to have that authority, you have to have that understanding. Ain't no nigga gonna get this power and he think it's all him. Okay? Now, when we get those new bodies, we're not gonna have that mentality. But even now, within this walk, you can't be doing stuff for yourself. You have to do things for him. That's the only way you can even tap into it in the first place. Okay? That's being a mighty man of war. You know, fighting his battles is making you can't go out there and scuffle with somebody because they got a better garment on than you, or they said something stupid to your uncle or something like that, and it ain't grounds to do them nothing. You just really fighting your own battle out there. It's just really you and them people. Okay.
The 2 Kings 1 and 12.
Oh, let me get something real quick. Sirach 30 and 17. Because we was going over what this brother did, the spiritual power that was shown by example by this brother was them pretty much healing somebody. All right, and we gotta understand that that's a spiritual power as well, because hey, that's the biggest demon in this time is sickness. Okay, go ahead.
Sirach chapter 30, verse 17, death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness.
Death is better than a bitter life, than or a continual sickness. What's that? Sickle cell. You know what I'm saying? The spinal problems, bone problems. Forget what you call that. Osteoporosis or all that stuff. Scoliosis, schizophrenia. Yeah. Spinal, all that, man. Continuous sickness, man. Actual diseases, plagues. It's a hard life, bro. You can't even function right, man. And the Lord gave the disciples power to heal that. And you seen it. It was an example. Get up. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta you go to the doctor, man. This dude, hundreds of thousands of dollars, put yourself in debt. Knowing you're gonna get sick one day because of shit that they put in the food, things, the environment that you're in, the environment that they're allowing and creating, you're bound to get hurt. They're gonna program you to eat something messed up or program you to want to mess somebody up. Somebody's gonna get messed up. And here it is, just benefiting off you psychologically and physically. But it says, you'll find them there first in the book of Sirach.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, let's get that real quick. We'll get back to it. Because Esau's sitting there, he's trying to continue to poison us. Ultimately, he's trying to poison everybody. But if you take us down, then you can keep doing what you're doing. All right?
This is Sirach 12:17. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee.
Yeah, and that's his MO, man. And our people fall for it, man. Type of throw something at you, then walk up or steal something from you, help you look for it, man. He originated that. Yeah. He's the first nigga to do that. Steal something from you, help you look for it. Yeah, he created the whole strategy. No. But the whole point is, you know, Esau's part in that is to oppress us, and we got to understand it ain't just no financial oppression. Like Jake trying to make it like y'all can create a business and get up out of here. It ain't about that, bro. It's about these resources. Okay? It's about the controlling the thought of a man. You know, as the scripture says, as a king is, so is his people in a roundabout way. Roughly paraphrase. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the king's thought will establish what the people think is reality, and that's what's happening to our people. But the Lord is going to reestablish order in the right way, and within his order, he's going to show his power and bestow his power on us. And all this has happened already and is happening now, and is in progression to the ultimate stage, which is what? The MOTB, World War III, all right? Jacob's trouble, famine of the word, you know what I'm saying? And a heavily realization that you're going to need faith, man. Okay? You're going to have to practice what you preach. Okay? It ain't just remembering these words. We're going to have to practice what we preach in that time, and the time is coming. It's happening. Okay? The brotherly love, the mental fortitude, the faith, you know? You know, we be struggling now, you be wavering, you know? That's why we got to pray for the Most High, bro. We got to pray. We got to use every element. You know, you better use your flashbang, your hand grenade. You better use your knife. You're going to need to use all that, man.
You know, your primary weapon, you can use all the bullets. You got to use that secondary.
Alternate weapon, the gun butt. You're going to need to use all that. Yeah, everything, man. Can't leave no crumbs, because it's going to require that. It's not a hard thing to do. All right, because Jake do it to feed the flesh. Okay, we do it to feed the flesh every day. So you guys feed the spirit with the same energy, you know, and pray that we're on the right side of that progression. Okay.
This is Judges chapter 15 and verse 11. It says, "Then 3,000 men of Judah went to the top of the rock of Etam and said to Samson, Knowest thou not that the Philistines are rulers over us? What is that thou hast done unto us? And he said unto them, As they did unto me, so I have done unto them. And they said unto him, We are come down to bind thee, that we may deliver thee into the hand of the Philistines. And Samson said unto them, Swear unto me that you will not fall upon me yourselves. And they spake unto him, saying, No, but we will bind thee fast and deliver thee into their hand, but we will surely not kill thee. And they bound him with 2 cords and brought him up unto the rock. And when they came to Lehi, the Philistines shouted against them, and the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him, and the cords that were upon his arms became as flax that was burnt with fire, and his bands loosened off his hands, and he found a new jawbone of an ass, and put forth his hands, and took it, and slew thousands of men therewith, And Samson said, with the jawbone of an ass, heaps upon heaps, with the jaw of an ass have I slain 1,000 men.
Yeah, so I wanted to get the not only that, but the main person I wanted to make a focal point is the elements. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, this truth is our spiritual power. That's our element. All right, but the element for Samson is what? His hair. So let's find that out.
Okay.
Then we can get Elijah and his mantle. Let's get that as well. You know, but you know, that was a good. I mean, it's all in there because all that's associated with it. It's nothing. You know, it just would be a lot. If we do that, it will be nighttime. Because that's just Samson. We even touch Elisha and Elijah. They were both going crazy. You know? We could go and just give me that. Give me with Elijah. All right, we get that count when the man touched his garment and was revived, man. You know, or touched his mantle. You know, now it ain't like we need some special device. All right, it's gonna be the pretty much the spirit that is within you. You know, your body. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna need to go and get no special weapon and have a little thing saved up in the corner and hope that the Lord make that our mantle. Make that our rod or something like that.
Like bubble gum thing? No, on the old one. Like the orange and the
Yeah.
I can't remember. Oh, acquisition.
Yeah.
So 2 Kings 13, verse 20. It says, and Elisha died, and they buried him, and the bands of the Moabites invaded the land at that coming of the year. And it came to pass, as they were burying a man, that behold, they spied a band of men, and they cast a man into the sepulchre of Elisha. And when the man was set down and touched the bones of Elisha, he revived and stood up on his feet.
There you go. And that shows you the power of his mantle. And then that's it. Elisha, right?
Elisha.
So that's Elisha, a predecessor of Elijah. And when Elijah taken up in a whirlwind, what fell down? His mantle. Okay. So, and I'm just going over because it's a dope thing to show how the Lord, it's not like it's an heirloom. You know what I'm saying? But that heirloom is also significant because it's like I'm bestowing this power over to you, okay? But this would be a signature that I did. And then within that signature, the Lord be so close that, well, in that sense, I mean, like that be your thing to use, you know?
This is 2 Kings 2:8. And Elijah took his mantle and wrapped it together and smote the waters, and they were divided hither and thither, so that they too went over on dry ground.
Yep, see? You know what I'm saying? The same thing Moses did with the rod. All right? So it's not specifically like you don't need no relic. It's this truth, man. All right? This truth been parting seas for a long time. Hey, we've been parting seas since we've been out here. Go anywhere, it turns to a desert. You know what I'm saying? People be like, oh, man, so I hearing that truth, like, let me get on out here. Hey, it was Sneaker and me, they start hearing it, they're like, oh, let's get out of here. Try to hear from a different angle than us. The angle hitting you every way. You know, the lights. That's crazy. You go ahead.
I had a quick one. It's 2 Corinthians 4, verse 7. But we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of the Most High and not of us.
Yeah, so ultimately everything we're doing is in His name. All right, and that's a hard concept to grasp for people, because people is always about that what about me spirit. It's really about what about what's going on and what's going to happen. All right, what's going to happen is death and the transition and destruction of Eden, man. All right, that's what's going to happen. And there's certain things that need to be done. and certain abilities we're going to need to succeed in that. You know what I'm saying? And hey, that's what it takes to rule people. You just got to be stronger than them and smarter than them. You know? Well, you just, I mean, I ain't going to say that's what it takes. Just that power and the ability to judge, clean heart, all right? Because why would we be programmed to keep the laws 100% and not execute the judgment of it in the same ratio? Isn't that keeping the law 100%, not being being impartial or not being impartial? Okay, Israelites going to be Israelites because they're Israelites. You know, just like we are now. We're Israelites because we're Israelites, man. You know, the peculiar people, special people. All right. Esau did all this oppression and all this oppression, and still we keep rising above the crop. That's spiritual power. You know? You won't see none of them dirty East Indians popping out of the, woodwork with some amazing skill sets. You know? But you'll see them so-called Hamites getting jiggy. It'd be Jake in their poverty. Killing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, these niggas, all right. The fuck you know how to do that? It is poverty. Got a whole group now. You know what I'm saying? Wherever Jake go, we the salt of the earth, man. And that's just a low vibrational level of our spiritual power that the Lord's going to bestow upon us. The bodies we're going to inherit and incarnate is going to be the full light of that body. All right? The full result of that body, man. All right? And that's a beautiful thing right there. Okay? You're gonna have when you gotta be emotionally charged up to talk a certain way. No, you're gonna have the right thing to say at the right time. You know, you ain't gonna nobody make you mad and you say some whole shit. No, you're gonna say the right stuff. All right? You ain't gotta work yourself up to fight and shit. You just gonna do what you gotta do. You ain't gotta calm yourself down or leave people alone. You're like, it's not worth it. You just walk off. You know what I'm saying? Even in thought. You know, I wanted to stop, but I gotta keep going because it's so good. You can't leave this in there. It's like a fart.
This is Joshua chapter 3. I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, "And Joshua rose early in the morning, and they removed from Shittim and came to Jordan, he and all the children of Israel, and lodged there before they passed over." I'm going to jump down to verse 14. It says, "And it came to pass, when the people removed from their tents to pass over Jordan, and the priests bearing the ark of the covenant before the people, and as they that bear the ark were coming to Jordan, and the feet of the priests that bear the ark were dipped in the brim of the water, for Jordan overfloweth all his banks all the time of harvest, that the waters which came down from above stood and rose up upon the heaps very far from the city of Adam, that is besides Zaratan, and those that came down towards the sea in the plain, even the salt sea, failed and were cut off, and the people passed right over against Jericho."
That's it?
Yeah, and the priests that bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord stood firmly on dry ground in the midst of Jordan.
Oh, yeah. No, I thought you had something to get out of that. Oh, what's his mantle? That's all we need. I ain't say that, that's a blessing. The whole thing is blessed, and Jake should get into that. But, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Is that the same one?
Yeah, that was,
Ark of the Covenant. I mean, the Ark of the Covenant, that's the ultimate resemblance, which is the ultimate resemblance of spiritual power. You know, but there's a scripture that says there won't be an Ark of the Covenant. You know, and I'm not speaking against the Ark of the Covenant, but this is a beautiful transition because, again, we are going to be the Ark of the Covenant. Our body's going to be the temple, and it went from actual relics, things, and things and devices, but it's going to transition from devices to us in itself, and that transition happened when we go into the book of Acts, when the cloven tongue came upon the tongues of, the fire came upon the tongues of the disciples, man. and they spoke in our tongues, man.
You want that?
Yeah, biblical shot. And so that, was a form of the transition of that so-called mantle. And that mantle is this gospel, the interpretation of this gospel. All right? That's that mantle. And in the same way, their mantles were used, hitting stuff, smacking the water. We'll say something. if that happened. But again, it ain't us saying it, it's the Lord saying it. We're just being used as the vessel. Okay? Just like the Lord could put power in that mantle, come and give it to you so you can swing it real quick. Or the power transfer back into you. But it's ultimately him, taking the water and just splashing it to the side. That's him doing it. But he put it in that mantle, in the form of that mantle. Or Moses' staff. Alright? Moses' staff, as soon as he hit the ground, boom, go like that. You know what I'm saying? And then the water splits. The ground is dry. Esau don't understand that power, man. To manipulate elements like that, because you understand what? All the elements. You can make liquid pull out of ground in seconds and then re-go into it. Alright? And make it still hold its shape. That's crazy.
That remind me of Magneto of the X-Men with the boy. He was like, there's metal all around you. Yeah, he pulled the metal off the ground and everything started shaking and all of that.
Yeah.
Just being able, you're going to be able to feel, you know what I'm saying? Feel the element.
Hey, the type of movie, because Esau knows, man, in the movies, man. X-Men be them type of movies, especially the ones they've been making as a recent, man. They be putting all their technology into it, but that's not saying that we'll be going and doing all that nasty shit, but they understand how you can take metal and bend it up, walk through walls, travel into different places, going out, we'll be able to go from planet to planet. We're going to be able to travel to planets, all right? Like going underwater ain't a problem for you, You understand elements, Like you understand your skin, You understand like what they, Jake understand their body in itself. We understand what to eat, what not to eat, how to eat, understand how to make certain tastes, without having to have sugar, pure cane sugar. You can know how to put certain fruits together and make the perfect smoothie, man. You know what I'm saying? So to speak. I don't know if we'll make a smoothie. I don't know what we'll make. Never know. Right?
I'm going to blade it up right there.
Find collect the most prettiest stone, go in there and take a volcano or something and take certain elements and throw it in there like a bowl of noodles, Just throw the elements up in there and take out a stone, a huge rock or whatever you want it to be. This is just imagination, man. Let alone what the Lord allows us to do. We don't know. There's no scripture saying that what we'll do particularly, but we'll have power and we'll have that same authority that YAHAWASHI has because he said so. He says, so, yeah, let's get it.
And it says, I have not seen nor ear heard things that the Most High had laid up for us, So it's just a line back off of that statement.
Yeah, we don't know. You know what I'm saying?
John chapter 14, verse 12. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father.
Yeah, the works that I do, we shall do also, and we shall do greater works. All right, and that's talking about in these times, but ultimately, and then Jacob's trouble and all that. Again, that's going to be the elect, man. Having the ability, or really within Jacob's trouble, just having the ability to move on and through. ain't able to fight against Esau because ultimately Esau's going to have to be taken down, man. You know? But it's going to be a beautiful buildup. However that process is, the whole point is the finger of the Most High is going to get stronger or heavier and heavier and heavier. All right, to the point that the whole world's going to know he exists, and his power of what should be done and what not should be done when like wrong shit be happening. Like, damn man, somebody should do something about this. Hell, Batman, you know. But the Lord's going to utilize. Ultimately, when we get to the end of it, it's going to be the nation of Israel who's going to be governing the earth. All right, starting with the hopeful elect, man. All right, those are going to be the ones who's going to be really doing the honorary duties. Okay, doing all the cool shit, for lack of better words. You know, that's like, it's not like you can work your way to the top. That's everybody's position. You work your way in your life. In this life, whatever you did, you know, you work your way into the, and that's what you're gonna be in the kingdom of heaven. So 2/3, it's like they're gonna inherit the kingdom of heaven, but they work everything, they earn their keep. You know? But the elect, they earn their keep on this side. And you put in your application, you get in that elect slot, hey, you're gonna be one of the governor, a knight, you know, for lack of better words, if you do to medieval kingdoms, a governor, a scribe, something important, you know. All the people that got, like, in this society, got like police, you know, got the army, got captains and shit, got anchormen, got actors, you know. Hypothetically, that echelon of people like, damn, I wish I could do something like that. That'd be an easy ass life. You know what I'm saying? You know, but at the same time, the Israelites, well, all stages, going to have an easy life, so lack of better words. All right? All Israelites going to inherit the gift, but there's going to be levels like that within that whole echelon of it. You know? So that's how cold it's going to be. And what would the heathen be doing? It'd be regular, you know? They're going to be regular. But they're going to be all right. You know? They're going to be all right. Ain't no stress, ain't no none of that, man. Ain't worried about nobody unless they steal for themselves. Okay? Unless they do it to themselves, they ain't going to worry about no government imposing sanctions or illegal and war on drugs and shit. They putting drugs in, Israelites sprinkling, you know, covered over chairs, sprinkling something, and the army comes in. They ain't gonna be doing that shit, man. You know, it's just going that all that's gonna go away. That's peace of mind. You know, to walk around and say, "Ooh, I found something." Nobody come and hit you in the back of your head. You know, you work hard and you did something, and then somebody want to take it, or it can be taken away. You know, these heathen gonna be happy to work, man. Getting the best cinnamon, you know, best juices and berries, and they're gonna give their first batch. That's why that's what Jake gotta understand, the forces of the Gentiles, you know, and Esau gotta understand what he ain't gonna never understand. His consultation ain't gonna be changed. But for y'all who don't understand, what are the nations gonna do? They're gonna then somebody gotta work the factory, man. We're not gonna work the factory, we're supervisors. Okay? With a security at the door that'll do you something but don't gotta do nothing. Because you ain't gonna do nothing. So what do you think? Just chilling for real. You know, man, well I gotta do this job. You're an Edomite. You're gonna have a worse job. You know, it ain't gonna be McDonald's, it's gonna be worse than that.
Guarantee.
You know? And it's crazy because we're going to find out what kind of jobs he was giving people, man. And he has some demoralizing jobs, man. You know? Jobs make you feel like shit. We ain't going to do nothing wicked, but he got women out here, ghetto gaggers and shit. Demoralizing, man. You know? So what you think we going to do? We ain't going to do no nasty freak shit. We going to do some shit that's going to mess with you mentally like that. It's gonna break you. Right. It's gonna have you like, man, just kill me, man. Just Like, no, keep doing it.
Huh? What'd you say?
Got you moving the rock for hours.
That Sisyphus rock.
Swear,
Keep moving down.
yeah, all your feet bloody and shit. You know, you never know. There's things far worse than death, man. You know? But hey, the only way you could get there and bark out them type of commands, that's a special job right there, to be able to do that, to walk around, and you know, any nigga woman would kill for that job. That's why she gonna get it. She should never get a job like that. Although they ain't gonna get no space to get anything. But that's joking. But in all actuality, a woman's gonna be in a place and be keepers at home, man. All right, but that's all. With that being said, get all crazy.
Say Yahawah, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham, Hakardash.
Have an honest apostles, our elders who do well. Let's say teach you brothers out there teaching. So,
Shalom.